Okay, my name is Jean-Pascal Panchard. I'm from Stenheim. It's a Swiss company, pretty young, a little bit more than 10 years. And the concept that it's based on a pretty high efficiency drivers and the system to keep the maximum of energy and to keep the maximum of liveness to the sound. We are using pretty traditional technology for the drivers, but we choose them because it's the most natural way of reproducing the music beside the highest efficiency possible. Another concept which is pretty more recent and pretty modern, and we're using aluminium for the enclosure, and the aluminium has a lot of advantages. The main advantage is that it remains the enclosure very silent. It means that the enclosure doesn't bring any things to the sound. It doesn't color the sound of the coming from the speakers, and that's pretty important to avoid any distortion, unwanted sound coming from the system. That's the driver that has to sound, not the enclosure. So that's another part which is very important. Of course, we are using also pretty sophisticated crossover to let the drivers really play where they are the best, to avoid any too large overlap of drivers, because then you have some problems of coherency. Of course, you need to have the highest level of components and the most accurate way of designing crossover to have the most natural reproduction, and that you have several ways, several drivers, but you don't feel that there is when you pass from one driver to the other one, and that's something which is very important. So we have here the second model of the line, which is the aluminum line. We have the little monitor 2 ways, aluminum 2, and that's the 3-way. We have 4 drivers, but it's a 3-way. We have 2 different bass drivers, but the main ways are the bass, mid, and treble. And
I see bass reflex there.
And there is a laminar front bass reflex, which allow to enlarge the frequency range on the bottom by avoiding also any highest level of distortion, because it's pretty silent, also the laminar port.
Okay.
And yes, we have a third model which is available also on the line, the aluminum 5, which recently got an excellent honor. We have been awarded in American magazine, one of the most famous, the aluminum 5 SE, which is
downstairs.
Yes,
yeah.
In the same, just downstairs. And beside the aluminum line, we have also the reference line. That's much bigger speakers, a bit more intended for the US and Asian market. So we have a pretty large band, from the large range of speakers, from 10,000 euro for the smallest to the several 100,000 euro for the biggest. That's not that one.
That's not that one. Okay. Okay. Looks nice, and many thanks for the informations.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Bye.
So I would like to introduce today the turntables we are presenting here in Eltville at the company Hier. We are from the Black Forest in Germany, producing turntables under the famous brand name Perpetuum Ebner, PE, which was founded in 1911. That means the brand itself is more than 100 years old. So PE was in the 1950 years one of the biggest manufacturers of turntables worldwide. The company produced itself more than 5,000 pieces a day and delivered during that time in more than 100 countries all over the world. After they merged together at the beginning of the 1970 years with the company Dual, which is in the same city and which has the same grandfathers, the brand itself, PE, disappeared from the market. In 1915, 16, my name is Wolfgang Epting, I had the idea to bring back that brand, and we developed, based on the old design, a new platform for high-end turntables. All our turntables are so-called sub-chassis turntables. That means we have some springs, 3 springs, like in the past, in the 1960 years. We have 3 own-developed and produced tone arms. That is at the moment our biggest model, the PE TO 2018, which is on our top model called PE 7070. PS today 3 tone arms, 3 thicknesses of platters, 2 drive concept, belt drive and direct drive, and 1 brand. So under 1 brand you can find different applications. And what is very important for the PE today's line, we have a design which is a kind of bicolor. That means on the right hand side we have always the so-called tone arm board, which is usually in black, and on the left hand side the so-called platter board. We can adapt different wood wieners or different colors. Here for our demonstration today we have a platter board in orange, which was ordered from a magazine in Germany. They would like to make a test with a very aggressive kind of lacquer. Due to the fact that we are here in Germany under the distribution channel from ATR, which is always also the pickup systems from Autophone from Denmark, usually we are delivering our products together with pickup systems from Autophone. Here on that model we have the Autophone Cadenza Black Series, which is only in the shop roughly 3,000 euros. The turntable itself costs with that system approximately 10,000 euros. The PE range is starting at roughly 3K and ended up, depending on the system, at plus minus 10,000 euros.
Okay. Many thanks for the information.
Very professional.
Kleiner Moment noch, kleiner Moment. Yeah. Okay, my name is Hans-Rudi Neukomm. We produce electronics for audio reproduction. By continuing from the disc player, we go to the phono preamplifier. We have a separate phono preamplifier that we do not build into our amps because the reason is that the total amplification would be too high. So we separate into the 2 pieces.
Okay.
A phono preamp and the preamp. The preamplifier has quite a lot of inputs and outputs, attenuated, volume control, and line outputs. And from here we go to the power amplifiers. The power amplifiers have 400 watts sinus, and yeah, they have the connection is made via an XLR line, and from here we go via our speaker connection to the speaker. We have a very definite construction principle, and that's we follow our minimum loss concept, which says that everything you lose on the way, on the signal way, it cannot be reproduced again. It cannot be regained. It's lost forever. So we have a very, very intensive work to look at everything which is in the line, in the signal line. That these are the inputs, the active stages, and that's very important, the outputs, because the output has to drive the line. That's very simple, going from the phono preamp to the preamp. It's also quite simple from the preamp to the final stage, but it's very difficult to go from the power amp to the speakers, because the smallest part of microphonic distortion destroys the signal which comes to the speaker. And so we found a very special speaker cable which is even good enough for us. That's it.
Okay, many thanks.
Yep.
Bye.